I'm super excited to connect with you all again this afternoon and to share my knowledge on what I know about the foreign exchange market with you guys. All right. A lot of people I know on this call are going to be newbies. All right. So you want to take away all distractions. You want to take away all distractions and make sure you are really focused on this call for the next couple of hours. Guys, this could be the hour, the next 2 hours we're going to be spending on this call could be the next 2 hours that's practically going to change your life. All right. So I don't want you to joke with it. Whatever you want to do, make sure you are doing it right. All right. So for me, right from when I finished school and I started serving, I was exposed to cryptocurrency. I was exposed to the foreign exchange market. And guys, that is what I've been doing way since then. All right. Never even had a CV before to say I want to go and apply for a job. Why? Because I know what I'm doing. I've been able to learn these skills. I've been able to put in some effort. And it's all about consistency. It's all about putting in the hard work. A lot of people come into this industry and in 1 month, they want to become a millionaire. How does that happen, guys? All right, you have to put in the time. All right, I went to school for 5 years. I read electrical electronics in university. All right, and I did that for 5 good years because I want to get a BE in electrical electronics, guys. For 5 good years, I learned that, and over that 5 years, I never made one money. I never made 1 naira off the course. All right, I kept learning, hoping that when I'm done with school after service, I'm going to get a job. But guys, in the past 5 years that I've been learning how to trade in the foreign exchange market, I've been learning how to trade in the cryptocurrency market, guys, it pays me daily, even while I'm still learning. That is why I tell you, if you can put in 2-3 years into learning what the foreign exchange market is, guys, your life will never remain the same. All right, your life will never remain the same because this market can give you, I don't know what you want, all right? I don't know what you want, but I can assure you that the foreign exchange market is the largest financial market in the world, and it can give you whatever you want, all right? Whatever you want. I'm a testimony. I have a lot of team members that are testimonies to this. All you need to do is put in the time to learn the skill set. Put in the time to learn the skill set, and I can assure you of success, all right? So guys, today, we're going to be going through the basics of foreign exchange market. Why tomorrow is going to be a little bit advanced. All right, going to be going through technical analysis, fundamentals, and trade management and all those interesting stuff that we have in the foreign exchange market. All right? But before I go ahead into anything, I love to talk about this financial flow quadrant because when I came into this industry, all right, this was the first thing that I saw. All right, the person was presenting to me, telling me about the foreign exchange market, and this was the first thing that the person talked about. And this actually changed my mindset because the difference between the rich and the poor is mindset. God did not create anybody to be poor. All right, it's only your mindset and that decides which of the sides you're going to fall in, whether you're going to be whether you're going to be rich or you're going to be poor. All right, it's all about the mindset. And the financial flow quadrant was done by Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he said people make money in 4 ways. He said people make money in 4 ways. And the first way he talked about was people that work for someone. That is where majority of the people in the world fall in. 60% of the people in the world population, they work for someone. They are employed. All right. Employment is good. All right. In fact, I have friends that, while I was doing a training in Korea some years back, he said is one of his main goal in life is to work for a multinational company. That was his goal. He kept repeating it every day, and it happened for him. The guy works with a big multinational company now. Good for him. All right, 60% of people, they work for someone. So it's not a bad thing to work for someone. All right, it's not a bad thing to be employed. All right, but you just need to look for more. All right, and he said that the 5% of people work for themselves. They are small business owners. These are guys that have their small stores on WhatsApp or on Instagram, or you have a small shop by the roadside, or you have a spa or a salon somewhere there that you own. All right, 35% of people work in this category. They work for themselves. They could be employed, but they also have a small business by the side. Now, the good thing about, or the interesting facts about these two categories is that they form 95% of the world population, and they're only able to share 5% of the entire world market. Guys, this was what got to me when I saw this. Imagine 95% of the world population fighting for just 5% of the world market. Guys, you need to think about that. Then he said there's another side of this quadrant where you have the investors. All right. So you have let's start from the business owners. These are 4% of the world population. Now you ask me, what is the difference between a business owner and someone who have a small business? I'm just going to give you a name. Dangote. Dangote is a business owner. Why you have your store online, you're a small business. All right. Now a business owner has a system in place. A business owner, he has a system in place. He has a system whereby he is able to make money. He's able to make money even while he's not there. Dangote does not need to be at his factory in Ipeshi or wherever his factory is. He does not need to be there before cement is produced. He has a system in place already. He is a business owner. All right. Then we have the 1%, who are the investors. Now, whether you work for someone, whether you have a small business, whether you're a business owner, you must be an investor. You must have the investor mindset. No matter how much you make, no matter how much you earn as a salary every month, you must think about investing. And one of the ways to invest is the foreign exchange market. All right. I make 90,000 naira in a month. Can I take 10,000 naira there and put it in my trading account and multiply? That is how an investor thinks. All right. A 1%, you have to be part of those 1%, whatever quadrant you fall in. Now, the good thing about the business owners and investors is that they form 5% of the world population, just 5%, and they are able to share 95% of the entire world market, of the entire world money. Think about it. All right, that is why if you know how to trade in the foreign exchange market, you can make a whole lot of money for yourself because, all right, a lot of money is flowing in that space. All right, so I hope this little cash flow quadrant has been able to change a little bit about your mindset on how you see money, on how you think about making money, and then we can move on from that. All right, so what is Forex, guys? We are all here for Forex. All right, a lot of people are hearing Forex, Forex, Forex. Now I'm gonna explain this explicitly because a lot of people make mistakes. Right, a lot of people make mistakes, and I want to correct that on this call today. All right, now Forex is an abbreviation for foreign exchange. All right, Forex is an abbreviation for foreign exchange. Now, I know a lot of you, probably you've gone outside Nigeria, all right, and you needed to change your naira, or probably you have the dollars to the currency of the nation you are going to. Now, the moment you exchange one currency to another, the moment you exchange the naira to dollars, the moment you exchange the dollars to naira, foreign exchange has occurred. All right. That is why all foreign exchange transactions would involve two currencies because it is an exchange. You are dropping your naira to get the dollars. You are dropping your dollars to get the Ghanaian cedis. All right. So the foreign exchange involves two currencies whereby one currency is exchanged to another. All right. And in every instance, you are selling one currency and you are buying the other. You are selling one currency and you are buying the other. All right. So we have, for instance, Euro USD. All right. So the foreign exchange is all about buying and selling of foreign currencies, guys. What we do in the Forex market is we buy and sell foreign currencies. All right. Now, why do people trade foreign? Please, a minute, guys. So let's talk about the Forex liquidity. Now, why do people want to trade Forex? For me, as a person, when I first came across this industry, one of the things that attracted me was this: the liquidity of the foreign exchange market. Now, the foreign exchange market is the largest financial market. We have a lot of financial markets in the world, guys. All right, we have a lot of financial markets in the world. We have stock markets, we have equities, we have a lot of these different stocks. We have the cryptocurrencies. But the Forex market, the foreign exchange, is the largest financial market in the world with about $6.6 trillion traded every day. That was how I said, how much do you want to make? What is your goal? How much do you want to make this year? All right. Is it $5? Is it $10,000? Is it $100,000? Is it $1 million? How much do you want to make? The foreign exchange can give you that. All right. It's the largest financial market, and that is why you need to look at it. That is why you need to give a critical look. All right. Then you also have the New York Stock Exchange. When you compare it to what the Forex market does in a day, you can see that you can't even compare. Just $22 billion in a day. All right. So the foreign exchange market is the largest financial market in the world. Now, I need to explain this, like I said, what Forex market is not, because a lot of you guys, probably the newbies on this call today, you guys confuse what the foreign exchange market is or not. All right, Forex market is not a Ponzi scheme, guys. All right, the foreign exchange market is not a Ponzi scheme. Okay, A lot of you guys, you come into this industry and please a minute, guys. Sorry, guys. I was mute all along. I was mute all along. Sorry, guys. So, as I was explaining, the foreign exchange market is not a Ponzi scheme. All right. Now, if you decide that you have 100,000 naira today, and you see someone put up an advert on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, and tells you, bring your money. At the end of the month, I'm going to give you 120,000. I'm going to give you 130,000. That is not the foreign exchange market. That is you just deciding to put your money to work. That is you just deciding to give someone your money to help you to trade with. All right. And so a lot of people will message me, especially this last month, December, because December, a lot of this scheme get to crash. All right. So somebody messaged me and said, Forex has crashed. How is that even possible? All right. So you need to understand what you want to go into. Right? The richest people will tell you, if you don't understand something, don't put in your money. So if you don't understand what the foreign exchange market is, don't give someone your money to trade for you. You need to understand it. The foreign exchange market is all about you buying and selling of currencies. So if you tell me that the forex market has crashed, that means you are telling me that dollar is no more existing. That means you are telling me that pounds is no more existing. That means you are telling me that the Canadian dollars is no more existing. So you need to understand, because sometimes when you speak, all right, and you speak to those that understand this, they will just use you to laugh because it's quite funny. You saying that the forex market has crashed. Forex markets can never crash. All right. The only thing that can happen is whether a currency loses value or it gains value. That is what can happen. And when a currency loses value, we profit from it. When it gains value also, we profit from it. So you need to understand what you are going into. Foreign market is not a Ponzi scheme. It's not a scheme whereby you put in some money and you're expecting some return. That is not Forex market. That is you involving yourself in a Ponzi scheme. All right. And the Ponzi scheme is not attached to foreign exchange market. Forex market is not a gambling business. All right, this is not a business where you say, I think this is going to go up today. I think this. No, we work based on analysis. We work based on what the chart is telling us. We work based on what is happening in the economy of that nation. All right, so if we are telling you that the dollar is going to go up today, it's because we've seen some signs from the United States of America that the dollar is going to rise. If I tell you today that the Swiss franc is going to go up, it's because we've seen some signs from the Switzerland that their currency is going to go up or it's going to come down. So this is not a gambling business. This is based on analysis. All right? Forex market is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Like I said, don't come into this business 1 month and expect, all right, and expect to make times 10 of your investment. You are just being a thief. All right? So it takes process. If you want to become a doctor today, you have to spend minimum of 7 years in the university for you to be able to even make any money from being a medical doctor. Right? So if you come into the foreign exchange market and you're expecting because they say there's money in it and you want to times 100 your money in a month, you are just being a thief. You are just being irrational. All right? So we need to see this as a business. All right? Forex market is not as risky as people paint it. Yes, because the foreign exchange market allows you to take calculated risk. All right. The foreign exchange market allows you to take calculated risk. So you know how much you're losing even before you go into a trade. All right. And the foreign exchange market is not an illegal business. All right. Why is it not an illegal business? Let's take it a step further. Let's take it a step further. All right. So I'm going to come back to why it's not an illegal business. But let's talk about why people lose in Forex market. The number one reason is because lack of knowledge. That is why if you don't know what you're doing, that is why you take, I've seen someone message me just this last few months that he invested over 10 million naira with someone to trade with. And eventually that person has gone away with the money. Why would you do such? Why? Why would you put that huge amount of money in someone else's hand when you can do this from the comfort of your phone yourself? All right. Why would you do that? Why? It's because of lack of knowledge. All right. And that is why you need to listen attentively to what we have for you guys today. All right. Being greedy and impatient, that's one of the biggest diseases that we have in the foreign exchange market. Greediness and people being impatient. All right. Lack of emotional and psychological control and lack of money management. All right. Lack of money management. That is very key. Even if you know all the technicals, even if you know how to analyze, if you lack money management, you will keep losing in the foreign exchange market. So all these are things you need to learn in the Forex market. All right. So guys, I was talking about Forex not being an illegal business. Why is Forex not an illegal business? Here is it for you. All right. The foreign exchange market, the biggest players in the market are the interbank market. So have you ever thought of it? What do people, the money I keep in the banks, in the bank, what did the bank use it? Or do you think it's from the charges that the bank make their money? No, they take your money and put it in the foreign exchange market. They take your naira and go ahead to use it to buy dollars when it is low, and they will sell it when it is high. They are making their profits. They will take your naira, that your 10,000 naira you have in the bank, they will take it to the market. They will use it to buy the Great Britain pounds when it is high, or when it is low, and they will sell it off when it is high. All right, so that is what the banks use your money. They are the biggest players. The banks can go into the foreign exchange market with $500 million, $1 billion. Why? Because they have the capacity. Everybody has kept money with them, and they can multiply this money. All right, over 50% of their revenue is generated from the foreign exchange market. You can see how big this market is. So if you're on this call today, never ever say that Forex has crashed, because if Forex has crashed, that means the money you have in your bank has gone also. So you need to understand all these terms that you use. All right. Now the second players are the government. Government move currencies. They are one of the biggest players also. You have the central banks. Central banks, they affect the market. They decide the rate. They decide policies, right? Financial policies in the country. And we have the sports market. We have retail traders. So you ask, where do I fall in? I'm a retail trader. You are a retail trader. So everybody, if you are making your daily profit from the market, you are a retail trader. All these things you need to understand. All right. You need to understand. Okay. So guys, what are the major sessions we have in the market? The major sessions we have in the market, we have the major sessions and the major currencies that we trade. All right, you can trade a lot of things in the foreign exchange market. You can trade a lot of things. You can trade currencies. You can trade gold. You can trade commodities like gold. You can trade metals. Yeah, metals. So metals like gold, silver. You can trade commodities like cocoa. You can trade stocks market on the foreign exchange platform. All right. But the major currencies that we trade in the foreign exchange market, there are 8. Right. So you have the euro that is trending in the European Union nations. You have the United States dollars, the Canadian dollars, Great Britain pounds, the GBP. Right, the Australian dollars, the New Zealand dollars, the Swiss franc, the Switzerland franc, and the Japanese yen. All right. Then we have 4 major sessions in the market. All right. We have 4 major sessions. We have the London session, which is the most liquid, and that is 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Nigerian time. You have the New York session, which is 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. We have the Sydney session, which is 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. You have the Tokyo session, which is 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. Nigerian time. All right. Now this session, that is for the summertime. Then we also have the winter time, just 1 hour difference. Same 4 sessions, but 1 hour difference. All right. So we have what we call the PIP, the lot size, and the binary. All right. Now in the traditional way of trading Forex, we use the PIP and the lot size. All right. PIP is based on how how many times has the price moved, right? So let's say, for instance, the exchange rate of the United States dollars and the naira is 450, for instance. If it moves to 460, that means it has moved by 10 pips, right? So it's the movement of price. Pip is practically the movement of price. Then you have the lot size. The lot size determines how much you make in a trade. All right. Now, all these are going to be explained to you in the next session we're going to be having today. All right. This is just like you understanding what the Forex market is all about generally. All right. So the traditional way of trading Forex, we trade based on pip and lot size. Now, another way of trading in the foreign exchange market is what we call the binary. This is trading based on timing. You trade based on time. You trade, okay, the GBP and against the dollars is going to go up for the next 3 minutes. All right, and if it goes up for the next 3 minutes, you make your profit. This is what we call time-based profit trading. It has nothing to do with pip and lot size. It's based on time. All right, we also call it high-frequency Forex, HFX. All right. So, guys, how is money made in the foreign exchange market? You hear about lot size, pips, and all those things. Now, two basic things you need to understand in the foreign exchange market. Currencies are paired with each other. For instance, the naira is paired against the dollars. That is why we have an exchange rate of about 460. All right, 460. Now, if that exchange rate moves up to 470, the difference between 470 and 460 is 10. That means the market has moved up by 10 pips. That means the market has moved up by 10 pips. All right. Now, depending on the lot size which you used in going into that trade, let's say when you wanted to buy the United States dollars against the naira, all right, you used, we have 3 types of lot sizes. We have the one that gives you $0.1 per pip. We have another one that gives you $1 per pip. Then we have the one that gives you $10 per pip. Let's say you use the one that gives you $10 per pip and you were able to make a profit of 10 pips. That means you've made over $100. All right, now look at this particular example that I have on my screen. You bought this particular currency when the price was low here, then you shoot up and you made 533 pips from the market. All right, if you had used the mini lot, which gives you $1 per pip, you will have made $533. That $533 is a pure profit for you. All right, so that is how money is made in the foreign exchange market. Though when we come to the practical class, you guys are going to understand this better. Then how do we know when to buy and sell in the foreign exchange market? It has to do with two main things: technical analysis and fundamental analysis. Technical analysis and fundamental analysis. These are the things that tells us when to buy and when to sell. Technical analysis has to do with the charts, the candlesticks, support, resistance, price action, price movement, all those interesting stuff. Technical, like the name implies, it tells us when we are supposed to buy and sell. Then we have the fundamental. Fundamental has to do with what is happening in the economy of that nation. So for instance, I give you guys the 8 currencies that we trade. So let's say I take Japanese yen, for instance. Before I buy or sell the Japanese yen, I can look at, okay, what is the Central Bank of Japan saying about their currency today? What has their head of state, their president, what has he said today before I go ahead and buy or sell the Japanese yen? All right, that is also analysis, and it is very, very key for you to take into consideration fundamental analysis, because this is what really moves the economy of a nation. This is what really moves the currency of a nation. All right, so before I go ahead and say I want to go and be buying the US dollars, I want to buy US dollars because the price is low. What is the indication that this price will go up? Right? Has Donald Trump said anything? Is there any policy from their Federal Reserve governor? So all these things are what you take into consideration before you go ahead and buy currency. All right. So 10 simple trade rules. 10 simple trade rules. All right. Trade on demo until you have a profitable strategy. All right. Foreign exchange market is not a gambling business, like I said. You must know what you are doing. Don't just go into the market and be gambling. Know what you are doing. And how can you know that? You trade on demo. All right. So, okay, once I'm done with this, I will explain about the broker and everything. You must trade on a demo account before you start going live. All right. Demo is like a virtual money, but you are trading it on a live market so that you understand what you are doing. You have a strategy. You know when to buy and sell. All right. Do not trade when you are stressed, emotional, or distracted. The foreign exchange market is quite large. You don't have to force trade. You don't have to force, making money in the market. You can make money whenever you want because the market is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. All right. Now, you must have a trading plan or a strategy. All these we're going to explain to you. You must be patient, be consistent. Rome wasn't built in a day, guys. I've been consistent for about 5 years now, back to back, training, learning on how to build myself in this industry. All right. You can't compare it to someone that just comes in 1 month and runs away and say this thing is not working for. How will it work for you? How many years did it take you to get your degree? Over if you count your secondary school days and primary school days, that's about 12 years. All right. Now be prepared to do some trades. That is why I look at you when someone promises that don't worry, I'm going to give you 30%, 50% after 30 days. Guys, it's going to lose some trades and it can lose bad. All right. So you must be prepared to lose some trades. That is why you must understand this market. You can minimize your loss by following the right risk management. No failure, no progress. All right. Always use your demo. Spend 90% of your time studying and 10% executing. And never forget, trading is 90% mental, 10%. And the last thing on the list that is key to me is you must have a mentor, guys. All right. While I was learning, I had mentors. I had people I look up to. I don't just do it. You must ask people that are winning in the industry. You must ask people that know what the industry is all about. All right. So, guys, that was a brief introduction into what the foreign exchange market is all about. Now, before you can get started with trading, you need about 2 basic things. All right. You need your MetaTrader 4. I believe we asked everybody to download the MetaTrader 4. You must have it on your phone. So the MetaTrader 4 is a main trading application. That is where you buy and sell. You don't need to go to the Aboki before you trade in Forex market. You can do it on your phone. All right. That is why I look at people, whether you are working, whether you have a business, does not stop you from trading in the foreign exchange market because, if it's just 1 hour, you want to enter a trade does not take time. Once you know what you're doing, you've said, okay, this is time I want to buy this currency, then you are good to go. So the MetaTrader 4 is the second thing is your broker account. The broker account gives you access to the market. Now your broker is like your, how will I put it now? It's like your biro. You are going to school, you don't have a biro, you don't have a pen. How do you expect to write? All right. So broker account gives you access to the market, and the broker that we use, that we recommend, that I've been using for the past 5 years, is Forex, and that is what we recommend for you guys. All right. We've sent out the links to set up your account. If you have not, after today's training, try to set up your account. All right. Now, Forex is a regularized broker. All right. So there are a lot of brokers that are not regularized. They just open a company that they call themselves broker. They can fold up and run away with your money any day, right? But why do we use Forex? Because it is regularized, right? They have a presence in Nigeria. That is why when you set up your account, you get a call from your account manager. Account manager is like your account officer that you have in a bank, because a broker account is just like a bank account. And would you rather bank with a bank that is not, watched by the central bank? No, you would not. That is the same way you have to open a broker account with a recommended broker that we use. All right? So make sure you set up your Forex account. Someone will call you from there, is your account officer, and it's going to be the person that you can talk to, ask questions about their services and all right? Even though you can ask us also, but if you have any issues about their services or all, you can always call your account officer, and then you need to do your verification. All right, you need your national ID card or your driver's license or your voter's card or your international passport. Only Nigerian issued ID card can be used for your verification. All right. So if you have any other questions on your broker and whatever, you can always send me a message on WhatsApp. All right. Yeah, the record of this training will be made available on the different groups that we are on. All right. You can always send me a message on WhatsApp, or better still, connect with me on Instagram. All right, at mastermind.io. All right, at mastermind.io. That is my Instagram account. All right. I'm going to post the link on the chat now. Sorry. So make sure you follow me. Sorry, that's not it. Okay, so you can click on that and use that to follow me up on my Instagram. All right, and you can send me a message, ask questions pertaining what I just discussed. All right. So yeah, you can download Zoom. Just go to zoom.us on your laptop. Just go to the menu, see platforms. You can download Zoom on your on your laptop. That way that's how you can download. So guys, we're gonna be moving straight to the next thing that we have on this training, and it's gonna be explanation on MT4 and those interesting stuff on how to use your MT4. All right. And to do this, I'm gonna be bringing up an amazing lady, a woman with a heart of gold, a woman that has, she keeps helping people. And she has helped hundreds and hundreds of people. She's a Forex diva herself, an amazing trader, you guys will see it for yourself when she comes on out to actually take us this. And she's someone that is one of the most sought out Forex trader that we have in Nigeria today. Guys, let's put in a 222 and I've been gone for Forex Adayamodu to take us on the next section, guys. Let's put in a 222 in the chat box for this amazing lady. Guys, let's put in a 222 in the chat box for Adayamodu Kuforola at Omofayobi on Instagram. Guys, let's put in a 222 to appreciate this amazing lady. Kuforola, you have the floor.
Wow. Amazing afternoon, my coach, my leader, the man. I call him the light in my tunnel, because at that point where so sorry about that, guys. I hope everybody can see me now. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much, Mr. Awal Adeogun, my personal coach and mentor, my brother, my friend. I really appreciate you, coach. I welcome everybody to today's meeting. If you are super excited to be on this call this afternoon, guys, you are super excited, you're super elated, you're so happy to be on this call, guys. Give me a 111 in the chat box. You're super excited to be on this call this afternoon. Give me a 111 in the chat box. Give me a 111 in the chat box. Guys, can everybody hear me now? Can everybody hear me? Amazing.
Yes, we can hear you.
Super excited. Amazing. I have a lot of one. Yes, I am also super excited, guys. I really can't wait to learn from me. I can't wait for you to learn from me, and I also can't wait to learn from you. My name is Adayamodu Kuforola, and I call myself the Forex Diva. Woo! This is my third year in the business, and I can tell you it's really amazing. At that point of graduation, I'm a trained microbiologist, and at that point of my graduation, my biggest fear was, where do I start from? Because I have a lot of my seniors, probably people that finished before me, even my elder ones. I have like 3 elder ones at home at that point, graduates without work. I was so concerned about myself. Where do I start from as a trained microbiologist? Where can I work? Even me, myself, I don't know where I fit in. That's the truth. I don't know where I fit in, because I kept on asking myself that, where, can I work in the hospital? Can I work in the food industry? I wasn't sure of myself, at that point. And Awal was my senior. He graduated before me. Then I was opportune to meet him during my IT. And, since that time, my orientation changed, because as a lady, my thought was, I want to be a busy rich mom. I want to be that mom that goes to work in the morning, that comes back late, but I'm wealthy. So I don't know what wealth means. I don't know what wealth freedom means. I just want to have that money, but I don't want to be free. I like being busy. I like going up and down, meeting people. That was my orientation, that even without me working without me doing a 9-to-5 job, I can't live that life. That was all I wanted for myself, until I tasted what freedom is, guys. Until I tasted what freedom is. This is my 3rd year, close to 4th year of graduation. I don't have a CV. I don't want to have one. I've not written one before, and I don't want to write one. Why? Because I've got the skill set that can pay me for the rest of my life. I've got that skill set. I call myself wealthy, not because I have a Benz parked outside of my house. I call myself wealthy, not because I have a mansion built on my head, but because I have the skill set. I know anywhere I am in the world, I can make a living for myself. This past week, I know how much I made in the Forex market. And here I am again waiting for the market to open on Sunday so I can take my share again next week. That is how we roll, guys. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me twisted. I don't say 9 to 5 is bad. No, my elder sister is a 9 to 5. She works. My mom is a civil servant. My brother also is an auditor. You know, I have 9 to 5 people surrounded that are around me. But I tell them every day, aside from your 9 to 5, that's your 9 to 5 is called certificate. It's called certificate. You are using your certificate, and your certificate only pays you monthly. Guys, your certificate only pays you monthly. But what you know, my mentor calls it certificate. My mentor calls it certificate. Your certificate pays you daily, guys. Your certificate pays you daily. Just let me put it this way. I'm a doctor. I don't know anything about electricals. Then a socket had fault in my house. A socket had fault. I had to call a friend who's an electrician. If he was able to fix the socket within 2 minutes, and I said, how much is my money? He said, your money is 2K. It's 20,000 naira. I don't have choice than to pay him. What just paid him? His certificate just paid him. But what is paying me is my own certificate. So guys, even if you are a doctor, you're a nurse, you're an electrician, you still got to have this skill set, guys. You still have to have. I'm very sure you all know what crypto is saying now. You all know what the currency market is saying now. You all know what the crypto world is saying now. This is massive, guys. This time last week, Bitcoin was around 31K. Look at it today. Bitcoin is at 41K. That is really massive. Who are the people earning from it? Those that saw it at the beginning. Those that when it was at 19K, when it was at 17K, when it was at 16K, they were not thinking that it is low at that point. They know where it is going. They understood the point of investing, guys. They understood the fact that if I put just ordinary $100 in this market in 2018, 2020, and 2000, even at the beginning of 2020, as of now, do you know how much you'll be worth? Guys, this is really massive. Once again, I welcome everyone to this community. I am super excited to have you. I'm super excited to be part of this training. Thank you very much, Coach, for this opportunity given to me. And thank you very much, my sister, my friend, my sister from another mother, the woman I call my personal friend. Thank you very much for also having me, Madam Fumilola. I'm trust me, you really can't wait to have her on. So let's just dive into what we have today. Mr. Awad has done an amazing job about what we are about to discuss today. He really did an amazing job explaining what the Forex market is. So I really love my class to be interactive. I love everybody flowing with gisting. If you don't understand anything, just drop it in the chat box. If I'm done, I'm so going to answer your question. So now, I'll be throwing this question. Who can tell me what Forex is? Just answer through the chat box. What Forex is. Mr. Awad has really done an amazing job explaining what the Forex is all about. So what is Forex? What do you understand by Forex? When you get the word Forex, what comes to your mind? When you hear the word Forex, what comes to your mind, guys? Guys, give me in the chat box. When you get the word Forex, what comes to your mind? Please, I'm just give me a second. I'm trying to join through my other phone so I can have right. Okay. Foreign exchange market, amazing. I can see people are really listening. Amazing. Foreign exchange market. When you get the word Forex is just an abbreviation of foreign exchange market. The word Forex is just an abbreviation of the word foreign exchange market. And guys, come to think of it, Forex is just our normal day-to-day activities. Forex, I call it human. Because I call the market human. Why? Because Forex has its own mood. We only do two things in the market. We only do two things in the market. And what are the two things we do in the market? We buy and sell. We buy and sell in the market. Just like this law in physics that says anything that goes up must come down. Anything that goes up must come down. So this is the same thing we do in the market. We buy and sell. And when do we buy and when do we sell, guys? When do we buy and when do we sell? We buy when the market is going up and sell when the market is coming down. My phone was running. Okay. Okay, so I'm back. So I was talking about the buying and selling. Sorry about that. I said we buy when the market is low and we sell when the market is high. We buy when the market is low and we sell when the market is high. Why are we buying and why are we selling? Number one question. This is a major question people get to ask me. Why are we buying and why are we selling? I am buying basically, there's something we call the exchange rate. There's something we call the exchange rate in the Forex market, and this is what we deal with here. Foreign exchange markets, practically, what we do is we buy and sell foreign currency. Mr. Awad has explained everything about that. We buy and sell foreign currency. We exchange one currency to the other. We have different currency in which we trade here. At this point, I think I will need to share my screen. I mean, sure, guys, I'm trying to sort something. Okay, so I'm back. I said we have different foreign currency in which we use in here. We have different foreign currency at which we use in here. We have the euro, we have USD. This is what the MetaTrader 4 looks like. Before I go into what the different currency, let me explain what difference between the MetaTrader 4, the broker, and also the market. Brokers. Who are the brokers? Mr. Awal has done a very, very good job on explaining who the brokers are. Brokers are intermediary between you and the market. Brokers are like your online your bank. Brokers are like your bank in the market. Before you can have Before you can trade in the foreign exchange market, you need a broker account. It's so important. Before you can trade in the foreign exchange market, you need a broker. And we have different brokers out there. That is why you really need to be very careful when it comes to you choosing who your broker is. Who your broker is. It's very, very important. I use Alt Forex. I've been using Alt Forex since I started trading. I've tried a lot of brokers, but I chose Alt Forex before because they are really, 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 really amazing. So Alt Forex is the broker I use. So when I want to trade in the Forex market, I have access to open a demo account, and I also have access to open a live account. A demo account is a practice account. It is not your real money. A demo account is like demonstration account. A certain amount is given to you by your broker to trade with. A certain amount is given to you by your broker to trade with. So probably they give you $5,000. If you're able to grow that $5,000 to $10,000, you can't withdraw it because it's a virtual money. It is not a real money. So at that point, when you want to fund your life, your real money, you can either fund with any amount you have. I advise $100 and above. So once you fund that, you create a live account, and you'll be able to see it. You'll be able to see it. So the brokers now came together. How can we make our clients, how can we make our people see the market physically, see who is in charge of the market, see what is happening in the market? They came together and created this amazing app called the MetaTrader 4. We also have different types of trading platforms, not just MetaTrader 4. We have MetaTrader 5, we have a lot more. So they created this application. MetaTrader 4 is an ordinary application, just like your WhatsApp. I've seen somebody mistakenly deleted his MetaTrader 4. Then he was so concerned. He thought his money has gone. No. If you deleted your MetaTrader 4, your account is still, it's just like you destroying your ATM. If you destroy your ATM, that doesn't mean you don't have money in your account again, or your account is destroyed. No. You can still walk into the bank, get another ATM. It's just the same thing as the MetaTrader 4. You can easily come back to this, create another, download another MetaTrader 4, log in your account, and you're good to go. So this is the MetaTrader 4. The market is the market where we want to make money from. The market is the market where the banks are rolling, where the governments are rolling, where we individuals are rolling, where companies are rolling, where agents and brokers are rolling. So I also want to take my share from it. So the brokers are the middleman between you and the market. So now this is the MetaTrader 4. I have my broker account logged in my MetaTrader 4. If you've not created your broker account, you need to do that. If you have any difficulty in creating your broker account, get on the admin of whichever group you are and let us help you. It is very, very important. So now back to what I was saying. I said we have two major people in the market, guys. Who can tell me the two major people we have in the market? Who can tell me the two major people we have in the market? Who can tell me the two major people we have in the market? Come on, guys. Who are the two major people we have in? I've said it earlier before I explained who the broker is. Who can tell me the two major people we have in the market? Who can tell me the two major people we have in the market? How many people do we have on the call now? I think we have about over 100 people on the call. So I am expecting a lot of replies, at least from 50 people, because it was so clear. And Mr. Awal has already done justice to that. Who are the two people? Amazing. We have the buyers and the sellers. The buyers and the sellers are the two major people we have in the market. This market is not just like your Onitsha market. It's just like the market at the back of your house. The same thing they do in the market. The two major people you have in the market is the buyer and the seller. The people that came to buy and the people that came to sell. So what are we buying and what are we selling? We are buying and selling currency. We are buying and selling currency. So we have different choices of currency we buy and sell here. We have different choices of currency we buy and sell here. Guys, if you're not with your notepad, I guess you want to do that right away, because the class is getting in-depth and you really don't want to miss out anything. And don't get this twisted, you can't get all today, not possible. So the first currency we have in here is the euro. The second currency we have is USD. The third currency we have is JPY. We have a lot of currency, like you all know, we have different countries that spend different currency. But the major ones are the ones I'm explaining now. We have euro, we have USD, we have JPY, we have GBP, we have CHF, we have New Zealand, which is the NZE. We also have the AUD. Euro is the normal euro. USD is the normal US dollars. JPY is the Japanese yen. GBP is the Great Britain pound. CHF is the Swiss franc. CAD is the Canadian dollars. NZD is the New Zealand dollars. And AUD is the Australian dollars. So these are the major currency in which we trade. We have a lot more. We have the peso. We have we have a lot. We have the Mexican dollars. We have more and more and more. But this I just called to you are the major currency in which we trade in here. And now I want to go buy my clothes. If I want to go get a white shirt in the market, I need to have something in exchange. I need to have something in exchange. That's the same thing we are doing here. We don't just buy currency here. We buy what is called currency pair. We buy and sell what is called currency pair. We have several currency that needs to be paired with another currency before you can make money in here. So what do I mean by currency? Currency pair. Currency plus currency is called currency pair. I have the euro. My seller has euro. I, as the buyer, I have USD. So this simply means euro USD. I'm traveling out of Nigeria. I'm going to the US. I need US dollars. And presently in Nigeria, I am spending the naira. So I need to exchange my naira to USD. I need to sell my NG to Aboki to get USD. This is simply called USD naira. It is called, my USD is a currency, my naira is a currency. Them coming together, USD naira. So this is the same thing happening in the market. We have several currency pair. We have the euro USD, we have the USD JPY, we have the GBP USD, we have the USD, and more. They are paired with each other. They are paired with each other. Guys, there's something we call the quote and the base. Guys, if you are getting value on this call this morning, before we go in depth, you are getting value on this call, amazing value. You are learning from this call what I've been saying since morning. Guys, give me a 222 in the chat box. You are learning, you are having fun, you are gaining something from everything I've been saying since morning. Guys, give me a 222 in the chat box. I'm trying as much as possible to go steadily as possible, to go easy on everybody, so we can all get value from this call this afternoon. You are getting value. Come on, guys, give me a 222 in the chat box. 222 in the chat box if you're getting value. There's more and more value coming, but if you are not responding, I guess we just need to cut it short, because I need to know everybody is following. Amazing. Okay, great. So I can see people are really following the class. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I said we have the base and the quote. I said we have the base and the quote. We have the base and the quote. The first currency is called the base, while the second currency is called the quote. The first currency is called the base, while the second currency is called the quote. When I'm buying this, let's take euro USD as an example. With what I just said, which is the base and which is the quote? Euro USD. Which is the base and which is the quote? I said the first one is the base, while the second one is the quote. So I'm asking you now, which is the base and which is the quote? which is the base and which is the quote. The first currency is the base, while the second currency is the quote. I'm asking you, and I'm also giving you the answer. So I just need to know people are following me. I just need to know people are digging. I just need to know people are getting it. It's very, very important. The purpose of this training is to pass value. Great. The euro is the base and the USD is the quote. The euro is the base and the USD is the quote. Amazing. So when we are buying, I tell people, this is the way I explain it. I tell people base is the most important thing in here. The two currencies are important, but I explain it so you can understand that when you are buying your base. When you are selling, when you're in the sell position, you are selling your base and vice versa to the quote. When you are buying, when you're in the buy position, you are buying your base and vice versa to the quote. Let's say I'm in a buy position for Euro USD. This simply means I'm buying my Euro and selling my USD. If I'm in a sell position for Euro USD, this simply means I'm selling my Euro and I'm buying my USD. This is really, really simple. It's just all about you understanding what the base and the quote is. The next one is the low and the high. You can see we have the low and the high. Brokers are also aboki. I call them the online aboki. Just like if you go to different aboki, you see different aboki with different exchange rates. It's the same way you will see brokers with different exchange rates. So this low simply means the price the broker is willing to buy, while the high is the price the broker is willing to sell. These prices ranges, they are never stagnant. It is stagnant now because the market is currently closed. By 10 p.m. on Sunday, you will see this number start dancing, going up and down. So this simply means that we have the low going up, we have the high going up, coming down, going up, coming down, going up. So the low is the price the broker is willing to buy, while the high is the price the broker is willing to sell. So we have what is called the spread. We have what is called the spread. The spread is what the broker charges. If you have an account with a broker for 10 years without touching your money, nothing is going to happen to your money. But that moment you decide to buy or sell, they have their own charge on every trade. Another reason why I chose Forex, because their spread is so affordable. They have a low spread. So these spreads are currently high because the market is closed. By the time the market opens, you start seeing 20, 15, 11, 19, and so on. So spread is basically what the broker charges. Spread is basically what the broker charges. So understanding what this quote means, understanding what this means, the next thing is, why are we buying and why are we selling? I already explained that. I already talked about that briefly. I said we are buying because we want our exchange rate to go up, and we are selling because we want the exchange rate to come down. The spread is just below the Euro USD. Check the currency. It's just below the currency. So now let me explain. Let me set an example. You got a call from Obaeko. Probably Obaeko just announced and said, okay, all the Lagos markets at this point is going to Ikorodu. We are moving all the major markets in Lagos. The major markets in Lagos, we are moving it to Ikorodu. And currently, land in Ikorodu is selling for 200,000. Land in Ikorodu is selling at 200,000. You as a businessman, you as an Igbo man that understand what business means, what are you going to do at that point? What are you going to do at that point? What are you going to do at that point? Guys, what are you going to do at that point? I need to see that people are understanding. I need to see answer. Just answer, say something. This is the best way you can learn. by interacting. If you're in a class and you're not interacting, you won't know if you understand or you don't understand. You stand to be corrected. You stand to be corrected. If you don't get it, we are definitely going to correct you. And if you're right, we are going to applaud you. Over 100 people on this call, and just like 5 to 10 people have been responding since the morning. I need you guys to respond. Put in something. What are you going to do at that point? What are you going to do at that point? Great, great. We are going to buy. We are going to buy as much as possible. Because, this is what we call fundamental in Forex. Mr. Awal already made example, he already spoke on that. This is what we call fundamental in Forex. News. The market has not even gotten there. The market has not gotten there. But the Oba Eko, and you know who Oba Eko is. Oba Eko is telling you that the major market is going to Ikorodu tomorrow. This evening, you will run to Ikorodu, buy all the land as possible, because once the land gets to Ikorodu, is going to 1 million from that 200,000. This simply means you are to buy when the exchange rate, that 200,000 at that point, is the exchange rate. The 200,000 at that point is the exchange rate. So you need to buy when the exchange rate is low. So when it goes from 200,000 to 201 to 202 to 203, you are making your money. So at that point, it gets to 1 million. Then Obaeko says, oh, sorry, we are not moving to Ikorodu. We're not moving to Ikorodu again because there's a change. We'll be moving to Ikorodu probably in the next 5 years or in the next 20 years. So not now. But the land is already at 1 million already. Guys, what are you going to do to your land at that point? Obaeko already says, we are not moving to Ikorodu again, no. But the land is already at 1 million. What are you going to do at that point? You are going to sell. Thank you. Because you know that anything can happen. It can drop. Because people will start what? People that are going there before, people that are moving there, they are moving their shop there, people that are they will start withdrawing. Investors will start pulling out. What you want to do immediately is to sell. So this means you are selling at the high point. Back to the law I gave you in physics. Whatever goes up must come down. From 200,000, I wanted to say $200,000. From 200,000 naira, it went down to 1 million, and immediately got to 1 million. At that point, you saw a resistance zone. You saw a roof. The roof of Eko laid and said, okay, I don't think I would allow this price to go more than this. Because I'm not coming to Ikorodu again. What do we have to do at that point? We have to sell. We have to sell. Guys, if you can understand this basically, the reason why you are buying and selling, I guess you've taken one step forward. And this is what I just explained. It can never be simpler than this. Buying when it's low and selling when it's high. You're buying at your support, you're buying at the floor. Let me set an example again for people that don't understand the illustration I made. You threw a ball on the floor. You threw a ball on the floor. What happens to the ball? You threw a ball on the floor. What happens to the floor, to the ball? It bounces up immediately. You threw a ball, just like you're bouncing ball. You threw a ball you threw a ball to the floor. What happens? It bounces up. When you throw a ball to the ceiling, what happens? It comes down back. This is what we call support and resistance in Forex. You're buying at the support and selling at the resistance, technical aspect. I've explained, Mr. Awal made mention of three ways in which we analyze the market in Forex. He made mention of fundamental, which is the news. And I used the Oba Eko as an example. He made mention of technicals, which I used the support and resistance, the floor and the ceiling as an example. Whatever goes up must come down. Identification. And the third one is the sentiment, our thought, what we think will happen in the market. Guys, if you are getting value on this call this afternoon, you are getting value, you are feeding on this call this afternoon, guys. I have a friend that paid $10,000 in South Africa to learn this thing I'm teaching you this afternoon for free. If you are getting value on this call this afternoon, guys, give me a value in the chat box. You are getting value on this call this afternoon. Give me a value in the chat box. Come on, guys. You are getting value. You are getting value on this call this afternoon. You're getting value. This is the value that I personally paid for. Before I was able to understand this, I paid for it. I'm still paying for it. I'm still paying for it because I subscribe every month. I learn every month. Aside from my personal learnings, I still have my mentors, my coach that teaches me every blessed day. Guys, if you're getting value on this call, guys, give me value in the chat box. I'm also getting value because I'm learning from you. I'm getting value, I'm learning, I'm teaching, I'm learning. Guys, give me value in the chat box. Give me value. If I don't have enough value, guys, probably I'll just sleep. Great. I'm super excited. I'm super excited. Amazing. Great. So that's that about. So the MetaTrader 4, we have, if you check underneath my screen, we have different functions. When you have your MetaTrader 4, this is what you have. You have something like this. We have different functions. The first one is the quote. This is what I just demystified. This is what I just explained. The second one is the chart. This is where we have the graphical representation of the market. Guys, I said earlier on that we have two major people in the market. We have the buyers and the seller. We have the buyers and we also have the seller. So you can see that we have two different colors of candle. We have the green and the red. The green is for the buyer, while the red is for the seller. You can see that the green is going up, while the red is coming down. This is what shows what is happening in the market at the moment. It shows where the price is. You can see one red and blue line, thin line. The red is the bid. Sorry, the red is the ask, while the blue is the bid. The red is the price the broker is willing to sell, while the blue is the price the broker is willing to buy. It fluctuates, goes up and down. So the difference between them is what I explained as the spread, what the broker charges. So we have different candlesticks. Now, this is where I get to explain the movement of the markets, the different trends where we have. We have the downtrend. The downtrend when the sellers are taking over. You can see this trend. What is this trend, guys? What is this? Mr. Awal already explained. I'm just showing the practical. This is just the practical session of everything Mr. Awal said earlier. So what am I going to call this trend? Is it an uptrend or is it a downtrend? And who is taking over, the buyer or the seller? Is it an uptrend or a downtrend? And who is taking over, the buyer or the seller? Is it a downtrend or an uptrend? And who is taking over, the buyer or the seller? Galaxy J7, it is the seller. Remember, we are selling because we want our price to drop. We sold our land in Ikorodu at 1 million because it is hopefully going to drop to 500,000. So we need to sell it. We need to sell it immediately. So that moment you are selling is a downtrend. The trend is coming down from 1 million to 950, from 950 to 900, from 900 to 850, from 850 to 800, down till it gets to 150. At that 150 again, as a sharp businessman, I buy again from that 150. I buy again from that 150 and I ride it up. Continuation. Guys, continuation. Amazing. I have downtrend, and sellers are taking over. Amazing. I can see people are following me. What about this? From amazing uptrend. Okay, what about this? Is it an uptrend or a downtrend? And who is taking over? Is it an uptrend or a downtrend? And who is taking over? uptrend, amazing, and the buyers are taking over. Great. So if you are selling at this point, you need to make the trend your friend. Guys, this is a talk of tomorrow. The technical class will be held tomorrow. The technical class will be held tomorrow. The technical class will be held tomorrow so that you can understand what trend means. You can understand how much you must make the trend your friend and how well you understand it. So I just explained to you the buyers and the seller, and this is the graphical representation of the market. It shows who is taking over. You can see the red and the green line. It shows everything. It's when it's going up and coming down, you see it and you see what is really happening. If you're in a buy position and it's going up, if you're buying at 360 and the market is going to 351, 358, that means you're making loss. If you're buying at 360, you're buying because you want the exchange rate to go up, but it's coming down, you're making loss. If you're selling at 360 and it's going up, then you're making loss. So if you're selling, it must be coming down. If you're buying, it must be going up. So you need to understand that. The next one is the trade. The next one is the trade, guys. The next one is the trade, where we have what is happening in the market. I don't know what happened to my demo account. It was locked out. My demo account was locked out, and there's no time to really create that. I already have another one created, but we'll just rough it together, and don't worry, you're going to get it. So my balance, is I really need you to pay attention to this part, because people do have slight confusion in this part. Balance is the total money I came into the market with. Balance is the total money I came into the market with. I'm in the market with 450 naira. That is the total money I came with. Why my equity? I've gotten to the market with my 450 naira. I've not gotten anything. My equity, at that point, my equity and my balance is still the same. My equity and my balance is still the same at this point. But that moment I saw somebody selling slippers in the market, and I decided, I took the slippers and I started pricing. How much is this slippers? Is it 14 naira? Is it 15 naira? At that point, I'm already in the trade. I've not concluded the trade, but I am already in the trade. So at that point, the balance in my trouser is still 450, but my equity is already 400. Why? Because I am in a trade currently, though I've not concluded the trade. Though I wish the market is open, I would have shown you the practical thing I'm explaining. Though I'm not yet in the trade, my balance is still 450 because I still have 450 in my pocket. My balance is still 0.03 because I still have 0.03 in here. Why my equity? My equity is my equity is already 0.2 because I'm in a trade already. My balance is still 450 in my pocket, but my equity is already 400. Why? Because I'm pricing the slippers already. So that moment I decided to give the seller of the slippers my 100 naira, 50 naira. That moment I remove 50 naira from the 450, the balance in my pocket becomes 450, and my equity too becomes 450. In the short term, in the layman term, my equity is my balance plus my profit, or my balance plus minus my loss. Okay, let's say I didn't see the slippers. I didn't see the slipper seller. I saw my mommy's friend in the market, and she gave me 500 plus my 450. She gave me 500 plus my 450. This made my balance 750 and my equity 750. Probably I've not collected 500. The 500 naira is still with her, but I know she was still going to give me 500. At that point, the balance in my pocket is still 450, but my equity is already 950. Why? Because I know she was going to give me that 500. That moment she gives me that 500, my balance becomes 950, and my equity also becomes 950. Note, your equity is your balance plus your profit, or your balance minus your loss. Your balance plus your profit, or your balance minus my loss. The next one is the margin. The next one is the margin. The margin between you and the market. I wish there was numbers, but not to worry, not to worry. Probably for tomorrow, I'll just recap tomorrow. I'll do a recap tomorrow so that you can see if it's by then I would have created an account. The next one is free margin. The free margin is the total money left for you to go into other trades. Now I already got the slippers for 15 naira. I have 400 left. My free margin is 400. Or my free margin is 400. That's the total money I have left to buy other things. Why my margin level? You can see it is rated in percent. The higher your loss, the lower this becomes. The higher your loss, the lower this becomes. The higher your loss, the lower this becomes. So let's say I'm buying I'm already in a position and I'm already in like $500 loss. My margin level is really going to be low. And always have this in mind. Once your margin level is 100, start closing yourself from your smallest trade. Why? Because the broker is so going to close you out when you get to a point. They will close you out automatically. They'll give you an alert. Why all your balance, everything turns red, and they start closing you out. So to avoid that, close yourself out yourself. The next one is history. History is your results, your weekly results, your monthly results, your yearly results. Name it. Just put in your date. You see all your results, everything you've made and everything you've lost. So the next one for Android user is news. The next one for Android user is news. But for iPhone users, you have settings. For iPhone users, you have settings. So we have settings, and you have settings. At the settings, you have where to log in your new account, your mail, your news, your chat, OTP, and all. For Android users, come to quote, you see it at the edge. You see it at the edge. You see triple line, like a menu sign. Click on it to see everything there too. So how do I add up currency pair? 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 To add up currency pair, what you want to do is click on plus. Once you click on, you can see this plus at the corner. You can see this plus sign at the corner. Click on it. Once you click on it, click on Forex. You see other currency pair. You see them. Click on it. Automatically, it gets added. Automatically, it gets added to your code. So that is how to add up currency pair. Guys, we are going to what lot size and pip means. But before we go in, if you're getting value on the call, if you understand everything we've been doing, if you understand everything we've been saying, give me a 111 in the chat box. You understand the code where I explained what buying and selling means. You understand the chart where I explained the graphical representation of the market. You understand the trade where I explained the balance, equity margin, level, free margin, and all. You understood the history where I explained where you see all your past trade. You understand the settings where I explained you see all your what's it called? You see your how to add up new accounts and all. Guys, if you understand this, give me a 111 in the chat box. Amazing, you're following me, you're getting me. Give me a 111 in the chat box. Yes, I know people might have issues with the margin, balance margin. What I'm going to do, I'll just tell the next this thing to come. The next person coming, I'll just tell her to just briefly talk about it, because I'm pretty sure she would have some numbers, because I don't have my account logged in at the moment. That's why I could not do justice to it. So I'll just tell her to just explain it. Okay, how to add up currency pair? You just come to the corner of your screen. You can see this plus. Just click on this plus. You can see it is there. Click on it. Click on plus. Once you see the plus, click on Forex. Once you see Forex, if you want to click on gold, we have different things in which we trade in markets. We have spot oil, we have futures, we have gold, we have silver, we have oil, we have crypto, commodities, shares, depending on what you want to click on. So you click on it. If you want to trade the currency, click on Forex to see them. Then tap on whichever you want, or click on the plus button, and automatically it is added. If it's also gold, come to gold, click on whichever you want. Is it gold USD or XAU euro? Just click on it. If it's oil, if it's shares, if it's crypto, just click on it and automatically it is added. I hope I was able to explain that. And for the balance and margin, I'll just tell my sister to just run through it for you so that you can see it practically. So the next thing I'll be explaining in it is the lot size. I have a very limited time, so I just want us all to be very attentive, and we are done. So the next one is how do I, what my pip and my lot size. Yes. So I'll just briefly explain how to enter trade. Don't worry. Yeah. The next tutor is going to do justice to that. Just look at me and just listen carefully to me, attentively. So let's take Euro USD as an example. I want to go into Euro USD. Just click on Euro USD. We have trade, chart, details, and cancel. Click on trade. This is me in the process of entering a trade. This is me in the process of entering a trade. You click on it. You click on trade or new order. You click on trade or new order. So I want to execute. We have two different ways in which we enter the market. We have the market execution, and we also have the pending order. We have the market execution, and we also have the pending order. The market execution, just like the name implies, it means I'm executing immediately. It means I'm executing. I'm buying and selling immediately. Earlier, I explained what bid and ask means. I said bid is the price the broker is willing to buy, and the ask is the price the broker is willing to sell. So this bid and ask, when I'm executing immediately, it means I'm saying that the price the broker is willing to buy is okay for me, and the price the broker is willing to sell is okay for me. So I don't need to put in any price. Why the second one, which is the pending order, means, okay, let's go back to the 200K. Let's go back to the 200K at which the Korodun land. So now I'm buying at 200K. I'm buying at 200K. Let's say the lamb is at 200K. Then I'm saying, no, I don't have 200K. But if I'm going in for market execution, I'll be buying immediately. Why the second one at the other end, which is the pending order? It is I'm saying I don't have 200K. Take this 150K. Hold this 150K. When the market comes down to 150K, take me in for a buy. It means I'm pending my order. It simply means I'm saying the price the broker is willing to buy or sell, I don't want it. I have my own price at which I want to buy or sell. I don't want it. It simply means I have my own price at which I want to buy or sell. So I'm pending my order, same thing as sell. It got to 1 million. I said, no, this price, at that point, I'm telling the broker that the 1 million is the broker's price. But my price is 1.5 million. I know it's going to come down to 1.5 million before it starts heading down back. Then I'm telling the broker that when it gets 1.5 million, take and sell for me. But if it doesn't get there, don't sell for me. It's an automatic setting. You can see, the first thing it's going to ask is your price. Since you are saying that our price is not suitable for you, then what is your own price? Then what you have to do is input your own price, and automatically, when it gets to your own price, it takes you in for a buy or sell. But if it's market execution, immediately, without wasting your time, it takes you in for a buy, you make your money. It takes you in for a sell, you make your money. And if it's also the other way around, you make your loss and you leave the market. So that's that about the market execution and the pending order. The next thing I'll be explaining is your lot size, your risk management. Your risk management. How well do you manage your risk? You know, I've met a lot of people, and They will ask you, when I want to buy, does it mean if I have $100, does it mean I'll take $1 to go and buy and I'll come back and put the profit? No. The only thing that differentiates you, the only thing that tells the broker that this person is just willing to risk this percentage of his account is your lot size. You don't get to take, you don't get to say, let me take $100 and go and let me take $100 and sorry, go and do something. Or let me take $5 of my $100 and go and risk it. No. The only thing that tells the broker that, okay, this person is risking 1%, 2%, 3% of his or her account is the lot size. Your lot, your risk management. If this trade goes south, how long will you be able to hold it? And this is what you want to work on. This is really what is called for a Forex trade, aside from your knowledge. If you understand everything in Forex and you still don't have a good risk management, you end up losing it. I've been there. I've been at that point where I want to make the whole market in a day. I want to make the whole money in a day. And at the end of the day, what happens? Get my finger burnt. And here I am today, learning. And I'm still learning. So you always want to be watchful when it comes to your risk management. You always want to be careful. You always want to be patient. You always want to be readily available. You always want to be, at that point where you feel good. Because this is emotion you're seeing. This is money. This is money. And the baddest thing that can happen to you in this market is when your emotions take over. It's a real thing. So back to what I was saying. I was explaining the lot size. We have 3 different lot sizes. 3 different lot sizes. We have the 0.01, which is called the mini lot. 0.01, which is called the mini lot. We have a 0.1, which is called the micro lot. And we also have the 1 lot, which is called the standard lot. 0.01 is called the mini lot. 0.1 is called the micro lot. 1 lot is called the mini lot, standard lot. From 0.01 to 0.09 is called the mini lot. And per pip of this lot size, that's what brings the explanation of pip. What is a pip? Point in percentage. Pip is called point in percentage. Change in market price, and this is what brings money to our table. The fluctuation of the market. That's why I said the market has 3 different types of emotions. It has the point at which it's going up, when it's happy, when it's coming down, and also consolidation period, a period of confusion. It's not going up, it's not coming down, it's ranging at a particular price. So pip is that point at which it changes price from 360 to 361, 1 pip, 360 to 361 to 360, 3 pip. So pip is the change in market price. Let's say I'm buying dollar at 100 naira. That moment it goes 110. It means it has gone 10 pips in profit. I'm buying dollar at $100 at 100. That moment it goes 90. It means it has gone 90 pips and then 10 pips against me. So pip is the change in market price. Same thing if I'm selling. If I'm selling at 100 naira, that moment it goes $90. It means I've made 10 pips. If I'm selling at $100, that moment it goes 110. It means I've lost 10 pips. So pip is the change in market price, the change in position, the movement of the market, and this is what brings the money to our table. Yes, it is different. iPhone is different from Android. So now what determines the amount of dollar we make? When the pip is already bringing the money, what determines the amount of dollar we make is the lot size. When you see 3 different people entering the same trade, the same points, and one is making $1, one is making $10, and one is making $100, is the lot size. Per pip of the 0.01, per pip of the 0.01, you are making $0.1, which is 10 cents. Per pip of the 0.01, you are making $0.1, which is the 10 cents. per pip of the 0.1 lot size, you are making $1, which is you're making $1. 0.01, you're making $0.1. 0.1 lot, you're making $1. And one standard lot, you are making $10 per pip. At this point, I tell people, never should you risk more than 10% of your 1 to 3% of your account. Sorry. Never should you risk more than 1 to 3% of your account. Do not risk more than 1 to 3% of your account in any given situation. Should you risk more than 1 to 3% of your account? Always, 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 always note that, guys. Always note that. Do not risk more than 1 to 3% of your account. Don't. Do not risk more than 1 to 3% of your account. So now I'm asking you, for $100 account, for an $100 account size, how much are you willing to risk? For an $100 account size, how much will you be risking? What lot size will you be using? For an $100 account size, what lot size will you be using? For an $100 account size, what lot size will you be using? What is the ideal lot size you'll be using? Let me come that way. Don't lie, yo. Is it? I said we have 3 different types of lot size: 0.01, 0.1, or the 1. What lot size will you be using? I have somebody says 0.3. Hey, 0.3, 0.1. Okay. I have some politicians on this call, though. Somebody said 1. Okay. Okay. A lot of politicians on this call today. Okay, guys, you need to understand. Somebody said standard lot. Okay. You don't do that. Don't do that. I tell people, don't risk on 1 to 3% of your account. For $100 account, don't go more than 0.01 to 0.02. In fact, 0.01 per position. 0.01 per position. For $200, 0.02. For $300, 0.03. For $400, 0.04. So for $500, what is the ideal lot size for me to use? For $500, what is the ideal lot size for me to use? Okay. Amazing. 0.05. Great. 0.05. I still have some politicians there. I'm supposed to say 0.5. Calm down. 0.05. Always note, do not risk more than 1 to 3% of your account. Always know that. Don't risk more than 1 to 3% of your account. For $100, 0.01, $200, 0.0. So for $1,000, which lot size will I be using? For $1,000, which lot size will I be using? 10. Good, 0.1. Great, 0.1. For $2,000, 0.2. For $3,000, 0.3. For $4,000, 0.4. For $5,000, 0.5. Always know that. Do not over leverage. Always know that. Do you know why I'm paying? Because I've been there. I've been at that point I bought my fingers so bad and I cried for days. And I don't want you to be there. So you have to listen. You have to listen. Amazing. Great. I can see people are really following, and I'm super excited. So for the standard lot, you start using the standard lot at 10K. When you have $10,000, you start using one lot, one standard lot. Especially for a newbie, please and please do not over leverage your account. It is very, very important. It is very, very important. So that's it. So how do you change your lot size? How do you change your lot size? You can see this 0.5 in the middle. You can see this middle one. Just click on it and put whichever lot size you are willing to use. Put whichever lot size you are willing to use. If you're willing to use lesser, reduce it. If you're willing to use higher, increase it. And the next thing you want to do is either buy or sell. Either buy or sell according to what is called to you, guys. If you got value on this call this afternoon, you got value on this call from everything I explained right from the beginning, right from the buy and sell, right from, yes, that you can use 0.02 for $100. That means you're risking 2% of your account. That means you're risking 2% of your account. Okay, guys, if you got value right from where I started from the currency, from the code to the base, you got value from the bid to the ask, you got value from the chart to trade to history to lot price and pips. Come on, guys, give me a value in the chat box. You got value, you got enough value from today's meeting. You know, it is just starting. It is just about to get started. You know, we are about starting. We've not even started. You know, tomorrow is still over and overloaded. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Okay, guys, tomorrow is overloaded. Like, tomorrow is really going to be amazing. So if you are getting value, if you are getting value, guys, you are getting value, type in value to the chat box. Let me have some value in the chat box. Come on, guys. Let me have value in the chat box. You got value on this call this afternoon. Amazing. I'm super excited that people got value. I'm super excited. Wow, it was really amazing. If you have any personal question that you want to ask me, you have any personal question probably on what we've discussed, on what we've discussed, probably on what I taught, just message me on this number. And also follow me up on Instagram at omofayobi_. I'm so going to follow back. Just show me a follow and I'm also going to follow you back. Thank you very much, guys. If you have a personal question, I just dropped my contact. It's really amazing. I'm so happy being with you. I learned from you and also you learned from me. So if you're excited, guys, you are excited that you got value, like I said, you can still continue cycling value because I'm about to bring up an amazing woman up. This woman that I personally learned from, this woman that personally coached me. I already dropped. Don't mind me. I don't know you guys will actually see me when I was not on me. Okay, let me just remove it so you people see me finish. Okay, so guys, this is my number. I already dropped it earlier. I dropped my number earlier. Let me just drop it again. Okay, great. So that's my number and my handle on Instagram, omofayobi_. Just message me, tell me how the class was, tell me you got value, ask me your questions, and I'm also going to, reply. Thank you very much for having me. I'll be bringing up my sister, my coach, my friend, the woman with the heart of gold. I'm bringing her up to, take the third part of the class, and we will call it a day, and we will be meeting tomorrow afternoon to also round up the session. Thank you guys for having me. And if you're super excited to have you're super excited to have the next tutor, you're super excited to have her on, guys, Give me a 111 in the chat box. You're super excited to have her on. Give me a 111 in the chat box. You are super excited to have my sister with the heart of gold, the fire woman, the fire woman. If you see the fire oozing from her body, I'm very sure you will want to come here. The always motivated woman, guys. Give me a 111 in the chat box. Amazing. Thank you very much, Coach. Sister Fumi, are you on the call? Queen Fumi Lala, the queen of FX herself. Are you on the call this afternoon? Thank you very much, guys. I hope to see you all at the top. Good night.
Wow, it's been an amazing afternoon, guys. Give it up for Kuforola by dropping some 777 into the chat box. The number of perfection, by showing appreciation, by showing gratitude. This section has been amazing, right from Engineer Awal to Kuforola, dropping a lot of nuggets, giving you amazing value for free, guys. You can't get this anywhere else. This is amazing. This is, what we actually learned by paying. Now we are giving it to the society for free. Guys, put in some 777 to show gratitude. Amazing. All right, guys, my name is Fumi Lola Agbabiaka. All right, so this afternoon I'm going to be taking us on my own part of the section. I have some topics that have been given to me, but because we've already spent a lot of time on our sections already, so I'm going to make it as fast as possible. Let me see if I can share my screen now. Hold on, I want to share my screen. Chat. All right, guys. So if you can see my screen now and into the chat box, if you can see my screen. Sorry about that, guys. If you can hear me and you can see my screen, can you drop in some 333 into the chat box? Sorry about that. I hope you all can hear me now. If you can hear me, dropping some one. If you can hear me, dropping one into the chat box. Amazing. Let's keep it coming in. All right, so I want to believe everyone can see my screen. See my screen. All right, so amazing. Good afternoon one more time. I'm super excited to be here. I'm super excited to be here this afternoon to drop in amazing value afternoon. All right, so my own part is taking you stop loss, take profit. I'm going to have the time. Just stop for that. Okay. Okay, can you see my screen? All right, so guys, I'm back again. I'm so sorry about that. So I'm going to be starting from how to the type of execution that we have. All right, let me go to my MetaTrader 4. Kufrola has done a very good job by explaining to us how the MetaTrader 4 works, okay? The MetaTrader 4 is simply your trading application, your trading platform. This is where you want to come and make your money from, all right? This is where you make whatever money that you want to make. This is where you make it from. This is where, this is where the operation is done, where you pick your trades, where you close your trades, where you make your profit. This is where you see, oh, I've made profit. This is where you see, oh, I've made loss. All right, so now let's go to how you can actually, enter a trade, okay? Because from how we can enter a trade, we can look into, the type of execution that we have and the likes. First of what you want to know is how do you enter a trade? What are the two ways that you can actually enter a trade? We have two major ways you can enter a trade. Is that you're entering a trade by instant execution or pending order. All right, is that you're entering a trade by instant execution or pending order. All right, so this first screen, what I have on my screen now, this is the first thing that you're going to see once you open your MetaTrader 4. Now, for instance, let me say, I want to buy a particular currency pair, maybe Euro USD or USD JPY or Euro JPY or whatever. All I need to do is I need to come here. I'm going to click on the pair that I want to trade. For instance, let me say I want to trade USD JPY. I'm going to click on it. It gives me a drop-down message. All right, it gives me instant, it gives me new order, chart, and so on. If you're using an iPhone, you're going to see trade. Okay, so now I'm going to click on new order. Once I click on new order, the first thing I'm going to see is market execution or instant execution. Remember, I told you we have two ways you can go into a trade. Is either you go into a trade with instant execution or market execution or pending order. Now, what does instant execution mean? What does market execution mean? It means that you are buying that particular currency pair at the current market price. You are buying that particular currency pair at the current market price. So if, for instance, I go to Bureau de Change and I say, oh, I want to buy dollar, and the person tells me that it is 400 naira per dollar, and I tell him, okay, I want to buy 500,000 worth of dollar. The person, we do the transaction immediately. He told me that it is 400 naira per dollar, and I do the transaction immediately. I collect my dollar and I leave. That is what we call instant execution online. Okay, I'm just giving you a scenario of what it is offline. That is what we call instant execution online. So that means I'm going into, let's say for instance, I want to buy USD JPY, and USD JPY is at 103.85. Immediately I click on buy or sell, I have gone into that trade immediately already. All right. Then the other ones is pending order. All right. We have buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, sell stop. Those are the pending orders that we have. All right. So if you want to actually enter a trade, what pending order simply means is that you want to buy at future price. That's what it simply means. You want to buy at, or you want to sell at future price. That means, oh, I'm going to Bureau de Change, and the Bureau de Change is telling me that the dollar is 400 naira per dollar, 400 naira per dollar, and I'm saying, okay, no, I don't want to buy now. I want to buy it when it gets to 500 naira per dollar. And I tell him or her that, okay, take this particular money. When it gets to 500 naira per dollar, please let me know. I want to buy. When dollar simply appreciates to 500 naira per dollar, what does Bureau de Change does? Bureau de Change simply buys for me and calls me that, okay, I've gotten the dollar, it's already at 500 naira per dollar, come and claim your cash. All right. So that is just a scenario of what pending order looks like offline. All right. So the same thing we do online as well. We are buying at future price. Okay. You are going to set an instruction on your MetaTrader for that. I want to buy this so commodity. I want to buy this so currency at a future price. How do you do that? You click on whatever pending order that you want to, trade, you want to execute. If it is buy limit, you click on buy limit and set in the price. All right, on my screen, this is where you put in your price. Can you see where I circle? That is where you put in your price. Remember, instant execution, you are simply playing by the rule of the market. You are simply following the current exchange rate. So I don't need to put in any price. But as long as it is pending order, you are going to be putting in price. So if I want to buy or sell at, let's say, 1 point whatever, 12. Let's say I want to buy or sell at 12. So all I just need to do is what? Click on place. So I've already set an instruction that I want to buy USD JPY when the price gets to 12. That's the exchange rate at which I want to buy or sell at. Please, if that is clear, can you throw in some 222 into the chat box? If that is clear, can you throw in clear into the chat box? If that is clear, throw in clear into the chat box. If that is clear, I like my class being interactive. If it is not clear, let me know. Chigozie said it's not clear. Gabriel said it's not clear. Okay, all right, so I'm going to take it one more time. We have two ways you can enter a trade. We have two ways you can buy or sell. The two things that we do in the foreign exchange market. The two things that we do in the foreign exchange market is we buy and we sell. It's as simple as that. The two things that we do is that we buy and we sell. Now, your buying and selling can be done in two different ways. Your buying and selling can be done in two different ways. All right? Is either you're buying at the current market price or you are buying at future market price. Is either you are buying at the rates we have in the market right now, or you are buying at future market price. All right? So for instance, if exchange rate of dollar to naira, if it is 450 naira per dollar, and I go to Bureau de Change, I say I have, say 450 naira per dollar, I simply buy immediately if I want to do instant execution. But if I want dollar to appreciate to 500 naira per dollar before I buy, what do I need to do? I would need to wait. Then I'll be buying at future market price, the same way it is on your MetaTrader 4. The MetaTrader 4 it has instructions that you can give it instructions that you want to buy immediately, or you want to sell, or you want to buy in the at the future rates. If you want to buy immediately, you simply click on buy or sell. But if you want to buy at future rates, which is called pending order, you click on market execution. We have four types of pending orders. We have buy limit, we have sell limit, we have buy stop, and we have sell stop. Those are the 4 types of pending orders that we have. Depending on the type of pending order that you want to use, okay, instructions will be given. Depending on the type of pending order that you want to use, you click on the type of pending order that you want to use and set the price. You are the one telling the market that I want to buy at this future price. When price gets to this social amount, I want to buy. Then you trigger the instruction. When market gets to that particular level, your trade will get activated. If market does not get to that particular amount that you've already set in, it will not activate. You just see your trade there. But once it gets to that particular amount, your trade activates immediately. Now, if I go into this particular pending order, which is buy limit, if I click on place, all right, if price does not get to 12, as I've instructed it to do, if it doesn't get to 12, this trade will not activate. Please, if that is clear now, can you drop in clear into the chat box? If it is clear now, can you drop in clear into the chat box? Abimbola. Amazing. Thank you, guys. All right. So now we have what we call parameters when it comes to trading. We have what we call parameters. Everything that you see here, they are parameters. They are parameters that you need to set for your trading to go the way you want it. All right, these are parameters that you need to set for your trading to go the way you actually predict or the way you want it. All right, so now the first parameter that we have is your lot size. That's the first parameter that we have. And Kofu already told you how you're going to change your lot size. We have micro, mini, and standard. All right, so if you want to use your micro is 0.01, that is settled already. All right. The next parameter that we have is price. That is if you're going in for a pending order. But if I'm not going in for a pending order, if it's an instant execution or market execution, all right, I don't need to put in price. In fact, once I click on market execution, the price is going to disappear. So the only thing that I have left is my stop loss and take profit. All right. The only thing that I have left is my stop loss and my take profit. What is stop loss? What is take profit? All right. Stop loss is, as the name implies, you're stopping your loss. All right. In Forex, we always say that do not risk more than 1 to 3% of your total equity. At any point in time, as you're trading, ensure you do not risk more than 1 to 3% of your total equity. Now, what is going to help you ensure that you do not risk more than that? Number 1, your lot size. Number 2, the stop loss. Those are the 2 things that will help you to ensure that you are not risking more than what you are supposed to risk. I do tell people, do not expose your account to all the risk of the market. If you don't want to expose your account to all the risk of the market, you need to put in your parameters. You need to put your stop loss. What you are trying to say is that, okay, if I go into this trade and it does not go the way I want, if I go in for a buy, I'm expecting what market to be appreciating. I'm expecting exchange rate to be appreciating. But let's say, for instance, something goes wrong, market start dropping, it start depreciating. All right, I have my stop loss all right, as something to stop my loss, as my stop loss, as that parameter that is going to stop my loss. So once price gets to that level that I've already set, it knocks me out automatically out of the market. In that case, I know that, oh, for this particular trade, if this trade goes bad, I don't want to lose more than $3. I don't want to lose more than $2. I don't want to lose more than $10. I do tell people that Forex is the only business that you are going to do, and you can technically, boast that if this trade goes bad, if this investment goes bad, I'm only going to lose so amount. If it goes well, I'm going to make so amount. So your stop loss is what is going to stop your loss to minimum. While the take profit is what is going to take your profit when you are not there. A lot of people make mistakes, they don't set their parameters, and their trade must have even gone far into profit because they did not set their parameters, and if they were not there to close their trade manually, the trade later goes back in loss and they even blow their account. It's just because they do not play by the rule of the game. If you want to play by the rule of the game, ensure you set your parameters. All right. So now, how do you identify your stop loss and take profits? Okay. This red line, this red line, this is my stop loss. The green one is my take profits. Okay. The red line is my stop loss. The green one is my take profit. That is where you're going to put in your parameters. So whatever I put in here, if I tell this, if I give instruction that, okay, when price gets to 15 and when price gets to 23, I want to take my profits I'm simply saying I want to take my profit at 23 and I want to stop my loss at 15. That is the instructions I'm actually giving. All right. So let me go to the short note that I actually made. All right. We can see I already gave you what instant execution is, pending order, the types of pending order. All right. And also, I also gave a quick calculation on how to calculate your stop loss and take profit. So you can just, take a screenshot of this. We're going to be talking about how to calculate your stop loss and take profit probably tomorrow. Then what a signal looks like when you want to enter a trade. What does a signal look like? Because as a newbie, you definitely don't know how to analyze the market yourself. All right. You might be getting fed with signals. So what does a signal look like? What does it look like when they tell you to buy or sell? All right. So this is what it looks like. Is it that you're getting buy euro USD? Like it could be any commodity, it could be any currency pair or anything. Is that you're getting buy or sell? Is that you're getting buy limit or sell limit or buy stop or sell? So depending if it is depending order or instant execution. All right. So for the first example that I have there, it says buy euro USD. It has TP. It has TP. It has XL, which is stop loss. All right. Then we also have the other, which is buy limit. So what do you do when you see something like this? What do you want to do when you see something like this? Okay. What you want to do is you want to first of all ask yourself some questions. You go to your MetaTrader 4 first. All right. You look for the pair that was given. What pair were you asked to trade? All right, we have euro USD. It says buy euro USD. So all I need to do is come here, click on euro USD, click on new order. All right. The second thing I need to do is ask myself a quick question. What kind of order is this? What kind of execution am I going in for? Is it an instant execution or market execution, or is it a pending order? All right. So in the instruction, it simply told me that euro USD buy. All right, buy. That means it is what? A instant execution. That means it is a instant execution or market execution. Once you know that, all I need to do is come to my lot size. Now, what is the lot size I want to use? You don't just determine just by choice and say, oh, I want to use 1.00 on this trade now. The next trade, I'm going to use 2.00. The next trade, I'm going to use 10.00. Guys, you don't just do that. You need to play by the rule. All right, the lot size that you are using depends on the amount that you have in your trading portfolio. What is your total equity? That is what will determine how much you are going to, that is what is going to determine your lot size rather. Now, for instance, if I have $100 account, I'll just leave it at 0.001. If I have a $1K account, all I need to do is change it to 0.10. All right, the next thing I need to do is click on buy. Now the market is closed. I hope you all know that the Forex market opens on Sunday night and closes on Friday night. So right now I cannot trigger any trade. All right, I cannot trigger any trade. But for those that, if you want to trade cryptocurrency and the likes, cryptocurrency market still runs during the weekend. But because I want to trade currency right now, the market is closed. All right, so immediately I click on buy or sell, the running trade is going to appear somewhere below here. My running trade will appear somewhere below here. All right, so that is how you can actually enter a trade. That is how you can enter a trade. Once your trade has been triggered, once you've already picked the trade, the next thing you want to do is you want to put in your parameters. Can you see the take profit, stop loss? Those are the parameters. Guys, the first thing you want to do is enter the trade. After you enter the trade, then you can now go to the trade then to set your parameters. How do you do that? I cannot really give us that right now because I don't have a running trade. I don't have a running trade. But let's say, for instance, there's a running trade here. All I just need to do is hold down the running trade. I'm going to hold it down, then click on modify. I'm going to hold the running trade down, then click on modify. Then you're going to see your stop loss and your take profit. Then you can just type in the stop loss and take profit that you've been given. Please, if that is clear, can you drop in 222 into the chat box? If that is clear, can you drop in 222 into the chat box? You do not set parameters before entering trade, Olajun. You do not set parameters before entering trade. The only parameters you set before entering trade is your lot size. That's the only parameter you set before entering a trade. But when it comes to your stop loss and take profit, you need to enter it. You need to enter your trade before setting your stop loss and take profit. In fact, if you try to set stop loss and take profit before entering the trade, it will not go. Then you start calling your mentor. I tried to enter the trade, it was not going, it was not going. Listen now, oh, listen now, oh. Listen, oh. You enter the trade first, then you can set your parameters after. All right, as a matter of fact, if I'm telling you, okay, buy Euro USD, I am telling you to buy Euro USD because I already saw something. If you now say that, okay, I want to start setting parameters before I enter the trade, me, I'll be in profit already. Then you, by the time you will now do your finish, you discover that, oh, I'm telling you I'm in profit. Then you are like, I entered and is in loss. It's because you wasted time. So because this is a signal, we are giving you signal. You know, as a newbie, you're kind of saying, okay, I just want to start making money and I want to be learning alongside. Ensure that you enter your trade first before you set in any kind of parameter. The only parameter that you can set before you can enter a trade is your lot size, because you can't change that after you have entered the trade. All right. So the next example that I gave is Euro USD buy limit. Guys, can somebody tell me what type of order is this? What type of order? Please, what type of order is this? What type of order is this? What type of order is this? Can somebody tell me what type of order is that? Euro USD buy limit. Can somebody type it into the chat box? What kind of amazing? We have great students in the class. Yes, that is pending order. All right. Why is it pending order? Why is this a pending order? It's simply because I have what? Number one, the first reason why I know it is a pending order is because it is buy limit. All right. Pending order is either you get buy limit, buy stop, sell limit, or sell stop. If you don't see any of these four, that means it is instant execution. As long as you see any of these four, that means it is what? Pending order. The second reason why we know that it is a pending order is that what? We have entry price. If you see the first example does not have entry price. But the second example has what? Entry price. So I would need to put in this entry price. So what do I do when I see this kind of trade? When I see this kind of trade, I come to my MetaTrader 4. All right. Go to Euro USD. Click on new order. All right. Remember it is what? Buy what? Buy limit. What do? I clicked on buy limit. All right, can you see the price already appeared? So in here, that is where I am going to put in my entry price. That is where I'm going to type in my entry price. So whatever the entry price, whatever number that was given for the entry price, it's what? 1.676. All I need to do is type what? I'm going to type in 1.676, whatever it is. Okay. Then what do we have here again? TP and stop loss. Now for pending order, remember we are buying at future price. We don't have any cost for alarm. We don't need to rush. All right, we are buying at future price. The market has not gotten to that price yet. The market has not gotten to 1.67655 yet. So I can simply put in my stop loss and take profit for pending order only. Please do not get it twisted. For pending orders only. All right, for pending orders only, I can put in my stop loss and take profit that was given. Okay, see my stop loss is 1.6583. So I can simply do that, put in my stop loss, the stop loss that was given, here to put in the take profit that was given. Remember, the red line is your stop loss, the green line is your take profit. All right, put in the parameters for my take profit too, and what? Place the order. All right. So because this is a pending order, it will let you take your time to set your take profit, your stop loss. You can put in your parameter before executing. Because even when you execute, your trade does not trigger immediately. All right. So for the purpose of clarity, one more time, guys, for instant execution, go into your trade before setting parameters. When I mean parameters, take profit and stop loss. All right. But for pending orders, you can set your parameters before entering the trade at all. So I can simply set my parameters, my lot size. I can set, okay, I want to use 0.05 because I have a $500 account. Then I set my price, that the price is my entry price. Stop loss is the red line is my stop loss, the green line is my take profit. For iPhone users, it's so easy for you. You're going to see it written there already. You're going to see stop loss, take profit is there already, so you don't have any issue. But for Android users, it's just going to be line. So you need to be able to differentiate between your stop loss and your take profit. And immediately you set in the whole parameters, you click on place. Now, in instance where your place does not, the place button does not reflect. In instance whereby you can't click on the place button, that means you have done something wrong. It's either in the numbers or something. All right. So as long as the reason why my place button is not functioning right now is because the market is closed. Assuming the market is open, I can easily click on place and it will place immediately. All right. But once the market is on and you already set your parameters and probably your place button is not activating, that means you have probably put in a wrong stop loss or a wrong take profit or a wrong entry price. All right. So guys, if this is clear, can you drop in clear into the chat box? If what I've said so far is clear, amazing. Let's go. Amazing. Yes, great. So this is clear. All right. So on Monday, you can just open your I know everyone already have a MetaTrader 4 already. Go to your Forex. You can open a demo account. For a start, you can open a demo account or apply for demo account on your Forex account. Link it to your MetaTrader 4. It's only when you link your Forex account to your MetaTrader 4 that is when you are going to see it reflect. All right. So once you link it up, you can try numbers of time, picking trades, picking instant execution, picking pending orders, setting your lot size, and so on. For you to, the more you practice, the more you get better. Rome was not built in a day. Been doing this for over 3 years now, and I keep on learning. I keep on doing the same thing over and over again to get myself better. All right. So if you want to get yourself better in this game, guys, do the same simple things over and over again for you to get better in the game. How do you determine the value of stop loss and take profit? How you determine the value of stop loss and take profit is what I have here. All right. Can you see the calculation? The calculation of how to calculate your stop loss and take profits. We are going to take that tomorrow. We're going to take that tomorrow. But if for a newbie, if you have your signals already, if you have somebody giving you signals, it already comes. You don't need to determine it again. It comes with the signal. But if you are the one picking your trade yourself, yes, you need to calculate it. This is the formula to calculate it. Take a screenshot of what I have on my screen right now. Take a screenshot. That is how to calculate your stop loss and take profit for either a buy or a sell trade. All right. So if you've gotten value so far from this call, we'll be dropping the time for the section tomorrow on the groups. If you've gotten value so far on the call, can you drop in value, some fire emojis, drop in fire emojis, any kind of emoji, excitement to the chat box. If you've gotten value from this call, show some love, show some gratitude, show some good love. I can see you guys. I've gotten value. Amazing. So I'm going to be leaving the call, for my brother to actually, close out the call. You can reach out to me at Trade with Fumi. I'm dropping that in the chat box now. All right. Please, we use Forex here. For you to even be part of our mentorship class, you need to use Forex. There's nothing like Octa Forex, or I don't know. Don't use any Octa Forex. Stick to Forex. Stick to what your mentor is using, and you're going to get the same success your mentor is getting. Thank you very much. You can reach out to me at Trade with Me. Follow me, and I'm going to follow you back. Have an amazing time. Bye.
Okay, guys. Yeah, sorry, I'm back. I just have to use Fumi's Zoom. So I hope we all got amazing time today on the call. Let me see if I can join this call on my system. Let's see. Okay. So I just want to see if I can connect to the call with using my system so that I can close out this call. All right. Yeah, so I'm back with my system. So I believe we all got amazing value today. Guys, if you had amazing time with the two amazing ladies we have in the team, can I get a 3-3 in the chat box, guys? Can I get a 3-3, 2-2-2, 3-3? If you guys gain value, today, can I get a 3-3 in the chat box? Let's see. Famous here. Awesome. So guys, this is just the basic. I'm going to post the recordings on the different groups that we have, all right, so that you guys can go over this training again, over and over again. Then tomorrow is going to be a little bit advanced, all right? It's going to be a little bit advanced. I'm going to be taking more on technical classes, taking more fundamentals, taking more on analysis, and exposing you guys to the call, all right? So, and you want to be on the call tomorrow, because tomorrow also I have something for you. I'm going to be exposing you guys to how you can actually, get mentors by us, personal mentorship, how we can hold you, how amazing will it be if me and these other two amazing ladies and the other guys we have in the team are holding you by the hand, personal mentorship, how you can have access to that, all right? So tomorrow I'm going to be exposing you guys to that. So you want to make sure you are on the call tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's call is going to be around 4-5 p.m., all right? Around 4-5 p.m. So it's going to be in the evening because of those that will go to church and all right? So it's going to be in the evening. Make sure you are on the call tomorrow, all right? And we're gonna be wrapping this up tomorrow, guys. Super excited to be with you all. I hope you all got value. I definitely know you all got value. So go ahead. We're gonna be posting the recordings, and yeah, the class was recorded definitely. So I'll post out the recordings on the different groups so that you guys can go over it again and see you guys at the top. Love you all. Bye bye.